At this time, if any of our members that wish to stand, we ask that they stand up so that they can show their presence here today. But we did have some prepared remarks this evening that both Martine and I wish to share with the board. Good evening, board members, cabinet, Superintendent Oviedo, and guests. Tonight, 630 CSEA members have asked us to speak on their behalf. Our members want the board and cabinet to know they are asking for your help. These are your employees standing before you tonight, who also happen to be proud CSEA members. And they are asking cabinet and board to acknowledge through action that they are not just an expendable commodity or a number, but real human beings who have value and are asking for your help. You, Monica, Jaime, Gary, Josephina, Irma, Russell, Kevin, Ann, and Lily Bo. Classified members of school districts typically have the highest percentage of employees who live in and work within district boundaries. They send their children to district schools in higher numbers, and during times of declining enrollment, how our district treats their classified members has a direct impact on our students amidst that decline. Whittier Union must make an earnest effort to ensure classified members can continue to afford to remain and live in Whittier. Ensuring classified members can continue to work and support their families within our Whittier community is in the district's best interest, and it serves our community by providing a quality learning environment for our students from employed members of our very own community who share in our values. CSEA doesn't need to explain the current economy or how it has impacted all of us, as we know our board and cabinet are proud of this, are part of this very same economy and understand. Whittier Union has made an initial proposal for salary to CSEA, and while it was disappointing for Whittier Union's employees to learn that Whittier Union valued their classified staff at about half of what the California legislature valued Whittier Union's classified staff in terms of the COLA offered, CSEA is not here tonight to attach emotion to a business decision or to imply that the district doesn't have a fiscal responsibility to our community. There is no evil villain here tonight. CSEA has no interest in presenting a budget proposal which would bankrupt our employer, our members' primary source of livelihood. CSEA and cabinet understand CSEA's proposal, and I specifically said cabinet. CSEA and cabinet understand CSEA's proposal is fiscally sound and could be implemented without any significant impact on Whittier Union's budget. But it will require making different choices than have been decided in isolation. It's not a budget issue here, but rather a priority issue. Our members are not asking to have an Our members are only asking to have an open and honest discussion around these choices, which affect everyone, including classified staff and our families who have joined us here tonight. As just one example of many choices, Whittier Union's initial budget had a proposal to replace teacher desks district-wide at a significant expense versus on an as-needed basis. For approximately the same budgeted cost of those desks, Whittier Union could have provided in an MOU the elimination of our members' co-share portion on their healthcare premiums for an entire year to several hundred part-time classified staff who work between 4 and 7.5 hours. When districts do not value the work of their classified employees to the point it requires their employees to have a second or a third job just to survive, this has a direct impact on the students of districts whose boards don't have the foresight to understand the correlation between classified staff and student success. Several years ago, CSEA and Whittier Union entered into a salary study. Discovered at that time was a significant difference between placement of starting salaries of management, certificated, and classified employees in relation to median salaries for each group. Without going into great detail in an open board meeting, Whittier Union assured CSEA at that time that Whittier Union would address this issue of inequity in the future. Today, Whittier Union's reserves have more than doubled to over 70 million. And even with a large portion of these funds being restricted, additional ongoing funding sources have been identified by CSEA, leading CSEA to request in our COLA proposal this year additional funding in support of addressing this issue left untouched since the time of the salary study. CSEA will be leaving tonight after Dr. Oviedo's report, as we have negotiations meetings again tomorrow morning. But we look forward to hearing from the board's representatives here. CSEA sincerely appreciates the cabinet and board not just listening tonight, but actually hearing our members' requests for help and demonstrating that you are seen and supported. Your employees, our members, hope this translates into seeing equity and respect in Whittier Union's offer on the table tomorrow, putting action behind those catchy phrases, classified members are vital to Whittier Union's mission. Whittier Union's desire to provide our members with the tools and resources needed to thrive gives cause for classified members to hold out for hope. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me this evening, and we have a few more words from Martine.
Good evening, Dr. Oviedo, Cabinet, and Board. I also echo the facts presented by CSEA Chapter 42 President Art Siegrist. I would like to invite my son, Mateo, to stand next to me. As I represent the 630 members of Whittier Union High School District, CSEA Chapter 42. In the very near future, my son will attend a Whittier Union High School. And what that high school will look like and the quality of staffing will largely depend on the decisions that are made by the board, cabinet, and superintendent. My son is standing next to me holding a sign. He represents all the families, spouses, partners, and people who are affected by our income. This is not the first time he has stood up for equity and a livable wage. My son and his labor union, SAG-AFTRA, recently ended a monumental strike. His union fought for livable wages because network executives who were making obscene amounts of money from their perch of economic privilege refused their right to a livable wage. On non-student days, of course, my son would attend several protest and strike marches to support his SAG family. And every time he would go, I would emphasize to him the importance of the moment, and I would always tell him this is about his future. Wages equal life. This is about how much everything costs, the increase in how your wages are lagging behind what management and executives are making. This was a fight that had to happen to progress equitable wages and rights. I'm very proud of my son for standing up, marching, and walking the line, shoulder to shoulder with his SAG-AFTRA family, not only for his livable wage, but also for others and their families. Recently, while eating huevos rancheros, a wise man told me, conflict is growth trying to happen. As chief negotiator for Whittier Union 630 CSEA Chapter 42 members, I often think about that phrase. And we are doing everything possible to avoid conflict. But it is inevitable to conclude that growth is severely struggling to happen. Whittier Union presented CSEA financial data, but there's a difference between data and fact. A fact is data that is verifiable. And as our President Art Siegrist mentioned, CSEA State Association evaluated all the budgetary data that was presented, and that is how we have come to our proposals. As you look out upon the sea of blue who are now holding signs expressing their thoughts and voices, keep in mind, this is a very small fraction of our membership who stayed here long into the night to be seen and to be heard. And I sincerely hope that these signs after tonight could be hung up but not forgotten as a moment in time in which we advanced equity for classified through reason, facts, and understanding. Equity should not be a philosophical or political term, but a core principle of Whittier Union. Equity should be part of our norm. Whittier students come first, but in the same sentiment and belief, skilled human labor as a commodity should be also compensated equitably. My son has been a child actor for the past 4 years, and my wife and I always ask him if he loves what he does, and he always answers yes. I can sit here today before you, and I can tell you I love being part of Whittier Union High School District. As I said before on many occasions, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for a long time. And I am proud to be part of Whittier Union's family. I hope the board, Dr. Oviedo, the cabinet, can take a moment to reflect upon the facts through the lens of equity, justice, and with an eye to the future of what the quality of education and staffing will look like. I look forward to entering into negotiations tomorrow and hope we can get on the path of equity. Thank you all. Take care. Please like, subscribe, and share all our social media to stay informed. Your likes and subscriptions show the district our member support.